Hello, how you doing? You're watching Rejoice with Pastor Chuck. You could be watching any show in the world, but you chose to watch us, and we're so very, very grateful. You know, the last few days I've been doing what I normally do, walking up and down State Street, and really trying to clean up my life. You know, sometimes we go through these ups and downs, and I was really trying to clean up my life. And as I was doing some soul searching and some deep thinking, I bumped into a young man, brilliant young man, who suggested I do some deep cleaning as well. In fact, he actually produces soap, which I was kind of blown away by. But then we started talking more. I realized he's really a great guy, and we got to be friends, and welcomed me in as a fellow artist. And here we are today, beautiful city of Santa Barbara, about the 400 block State Street, hanging out with a nice young man, a graduate of the historic George Mason University in Virginia, Bill Smariga. I know I blew it.
Smariga.
Smariga. Smariga. As I met you the other day, you gave me this bar of soap, and Salty Bros, we're going to say international, Salty Bros. I used that soap, and you know, I got the bald head, and it was so good, man. Once I got out, my wife, she actually gave me a kiss this morning. So because of the soap, I got a kiss this morning. Good stuff, man. How do you first of all, who are you, and why soap?
Well, that's a good question, I guess. It's not the first time I've gotten it. So, you know, personal care, hygiene, just in general, the whole thing. Staying young, looking good, that's something we all want to do, right? I had trouble finding the natural body care products that I was looking for when I would be actually searching for that high-end natural body care product. You'd still find fake colors, fake ingredients, you know, fake scents, and all of those things we know after studying them that they do cause harm to the body. So I use, you know, high-end ingredients, organic olive oil. I use nice essential oils. I don't use any fake colors. You know, the one that I gave you is this right here. It is my scrubby goat soap. So it's filled with pumice stone. So it's like a lava rock. And that pumice stone is full of minerals, but it's also, it just feels good, and it gets really deep into your pores, helps you clean all that out. That's kind of my specialty, is that exfoliating feel, because that's something else that I thought I missed when I was getting soap, is like you order one that says exfoliating, and then you don't feel any scrub. So I wanted to make sure that if you say exfoliating, you're really going to feel it for sure.
Yeah, good quality stuff, like you said. Thank you. So with helping me clean up my act, you what else do you produce, or is it just soap, or is there other things you do?
No, definitely other things as well. So I make a whole line of products. I got some nice moisturizer. I got a reef safe sunscreen, which that's my #1 product right now. I use zinc, which is the safest, non-nano zinc, which is the safest form of mineral sunblock. And then I use really nice organic oils. Carrot seed oil is the first one because it's the high SPF naturally, but also carrot seed is one of the most nourishing, light oils, not greasy at all. It feels good. And I use a clay, so I'll open up a little tester here. I've got some clay in here, so it actually rubs into skin tone. So this is like the surfer white all over your face without the nerdy white look. So it feels good on your skin, and it's really nice to see.
User friendly.
Absolutely.
Instead of being ghosty out there,
Yeah. So then I've got, you know, my midnight oil, which is a nighttime serum. I've got my daytime serum, which is a vitamin E serum, and then bath bombs. You know, I've got shaving kits. Working on the whole line of natural products.
So here I am, naive. Did you go to, or you're an ex-chemist, or how did you get involved in learning how to mix this stuff, or just something you just?
You know, I took plenty of chemistry in college, but that's not my profession. I went through a couple of years of engineering school, switched to business, finished with business. So, you know, business is a great place to start because you can kind of look at the big picture and figure out where you want to go with it. And so my personal start in the healthcare was, like I said, looking at all those missing pieces to the healthy, natural body care products, and just playing around with it and seeing what I could do. And at the time, I was working in the farmer's market, so I had a couple connections to olive oil people, and so I said, hey, if I make you some soap, maybe we can make a trade for some olive oil. They're like, done. So got that connection rolling, and did the same thing for a couple other people, just trying to get an idea of what would be a good seller, how to package my product to make it, appealing to customers. And after playing with it for a long time, I finally was like, all right, I'm going to pursue this. And I opened my first store over by Barbareño restaurant, and came down here right before the quarantine.
Wow.
So I've been kind of at a slow point for a while, but it's given me time to work on my creativity, and I've been really enjoying having some time to focus, because doing markets all the time and all that is fun, but it also doesn't allow you to really get everything right. I was kind of running it thin a little bit. So.
Let me ask you, as someone who has a business mindset, and someone who has the mindset of I think you're a pioneer, trying something that's new and different out on your own. That's a pioneer aspect, pioneer mentality. There's some young person watching the show right now. What kind of advice would you give that person about who's thinking about being so bold as to start a business?
Do it. Yeah. There's nothing better than working for yourself.
Wow.
I mean, at least in my case, I'm sure there's plenty of people who really enjoy working for somebody, and they really like being told that this is how they have to do something. But for me, I really want the freedom to say, no, that doesn't align with my morals, or doesn't align with what I feel. So I'd rather stay in tune with what I'd like to do, and I recommend that anyone who has an idea, follow that. This is the time. I mean, you're not gonna find a good job working for a corporation. All those jobs are gonna, I hate to say it, they're gonna get taken by technology very soon. So being creative, being an entrepreneur, that's the future.
And now's the time too, because everybody's trying to scramble and do new things. So do it now. It's amazing, because something as that's recession proof. Everybody needs soap.
You'd think so, but it's a lot harder to make money on everything right now. And people aren't spending as much. I'm trying, and I survive right now, but it's not where it should be. If I really was thriving, I'd be selling a lot more soap right now, and I'd be making a lot more. I enjoy that part. It would be nice to be selling enough to where I could hire somebody, and then be even more supporting the community. That's something that really means a lot, is providing something for the community.
One of the ways we met was also about you extending a hand out into the community, looking for fellow artists, and I'm an artist, and you reached out to me, and that's how we became friends and working. But you offered your space as well to other artists, which, I mean, I think that's what it's all about. How can I help not just me, but how can I help the next guy?
Hey, well, if you have customers coming into my shop for your artwork, it'll help me in the long run too. So I don't want to say, no, this is my space, and cut people out. I mean, if we don't have the same values, that we don't need to work together. But I'll support people if I can. And there's certain people like Margaret over here who does this jewelry, and then Leah and Tim, who these guys have been in my shops for a while. So having their support and having their customers support in a way, it helps as well.
And you even mentioned it when you talked about getting the oil from a collaboration from a fellow
try to get it
person.
locally, try to get the high quality stuff, Farmers market's a good place to start for that.
You are definitely a man of faith. Anybody who believes in themselves, to me, is a man of faith. I love and honor that about you. I'm looking forward to the next. What's next? What do you see in the future?
I'd really like to start doing more for the community. That's something that, clean this place up. I mean, there's a lot of people right now who need a hand, who need to get cleaned up in a lot of ways. And I think that, starting small, if I can build something that provides me the opportunity to do something, I'd like to help a lot more people. And, a little bit here goes a long way in the long run.
Yes, so it does. It's amazing, isn't it? Wow. As we were sitting here talking, we realized that my daughter went to the same school we have. That Bill's also has a connection with our cameraman JP, and it's amazing how sometimes we think that we're so far apart and distant from each other, but if we really just take the time to reach out and meet people who are just like we are, we think they're so much different. But the more I get to sit with Bill, the more I realize we're the same guy. You know, we want to do our own thing. We want to be able to do it and express ourselves, and we want to be able to do that with people we like. And that's what Bill's doing here in the 400 block of State Street. We're just so grateful for you and your spirit, your attitude of community. That's what we need more.
Yeah,
thank you.
I agree. I think
you.
Community is the future. We need it more than ever.
You know, one of my favorite passages, Hebrews 13:1, let brotherly love continue. And so my brother, Bill, thank you for being on the show. I'm looking forward. This is part 1 of a 13-part series. We want to come into the shop and see how you actually mix and make and get our hands dirty next time.
Hey, absolutely. And I plan on doing workshops here as well, and hopefully we can help some of the artists doing workshops for their customers. We can do some soap making and sunscreen making and all the natural body stuff that,
good stuff.
You know, if people want to request something, feel free to reach out and we can move from there.
Thanks for watching the show. See you again next time on Rejoice. And remember, rejoice always. And again, I say, rejoice.